Following is a presentation of TBS Sports. Exclusively on Superstation TBS.
For Charles Barkley of the Philadelphia 76ers, some of the brashness is gone, but the intensity and most of all the fun remain. For Wes Unseld and the Washington Bullets, gone is Moses Malone, but another Malone, Jeff, remains. Will the Grinch steal the Christmas show? Next.
TBS Sports presents...
Officials waiting for our cue to go. We're trying to get them to go. And here we go.
Well, I guess they're used to us having delays here on Christmas Day.
Sixers a chance to score first. Barkley. Off the fingertips of Hawkins, and the turnover gives the ball to the Bullets.
Now, one of the complaints that Charles Barkley has had here of late is that he's had to play the small forward. He much prefers to play the bigger position. He feels it takes him too far away from the hoop. We'll see how he operates tonight against King. Both teams turn the ball over.
So the Sixers again with a chance to score first. One of the best playmakers in the business, Maurice Cheeks, brings the ball down for Philadelphia. Over to Hawkins. Hawkins has not had a real hot night shooting the last 9 games. Jaminski tries one from long. Jaminski averaging 16 points and 9 rebounds a game for the Sixers. Hits the first 2 points of the night. Vital. A near steal by Hersey Hawkins. The ball will still belong to the Bullets. They'll have only 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Well, the Bullets play a passing game type of offense, and there are a lot of players that have to adjust to that. The fact that they're used to getting the ball and working one-on-one, as King has done right there, sometimes they don't get themselves in a position to where they have enough spacing out on the floor.
Coleman rebounded the missed shot. Barkley works along the left side of the lane. Basket won't go for him, but he will go to the free throw line. Catledge committing his first.
Moving toward the hoop.
Sixers lead at 3-0. Bullets looking for their first points. Malone to King. Over to Final. He'll try one from the top of the key and hit it. And Final getting the first 2 Washington points of the night. Cheeks brings it down for the Sixers. Jaminski. Barkley follows. Barkley has 3 of Philadelphia's 5 points with 10:18 to go in this opening quarter.
That will be a problem for King the entire night, keeping them off the board. They throw it away.
And it goes right back to Philadelphia. Wes Unseld's going to need a lot of patience. You always do when you're trying to rebuild with youth. Hersey Hawkins with his first 2 of the night. The rookie from Bradley averaging 14 points a game. Philadelphia up by 5. 9:55 remaining in this first quarter.
Another
Final
turnover.
didn't see it coming. That's another Bullet turnover.
The thing about these turnovers is they're all unforced, so that's where Wes Unseld has to be concerned. Hawkins goes down.
Bullets now have 3 turnovers in the first 2 minutes and 15 seconds of this game. But the Sixers give it right back to the Bullets. That was Philadelphia's second turnover. Malone. Over to King. Catledge looks inside. They find Malone. He's their leading scorer, averaging about 21 a game. Rebound off the floor to Cheeks. After the miss by Darrell Walker. Barkley looked inside, sends it back to Cheeks. Trying to get it over to Coleman, and Philadelphia's matched the Bullets in turnovers now. Each team with 3, playing a little sloppy in these opening minutes.
Well, it's the kind of turnovers where they're really unforced. There's not a lot of pressure on the ball, and you're just missing the man. Walker keeps that one alive.
And pulled away the rebound.
Nice pass from Catledge.
Catledge has his first 2 of the night. Sixers lead now a 3-point lead. 8:55 remaining in this first quarter. Both Cheeks a little strong with the jumper. Final pulls away the rebound. Gets it off to Walker. Walker to King, who goes through that lane. Basket's good. He was fouled. Bernard King's first two of the night.
Personal fouls on Ben Coleman.
Coleman commits his first.
Basket is good. Bernard King shooting.
Not the King of old, but still very dangerous. Slides down the lane and gets inside. Does a good job of maintaining body control. Now he has a chance for the three-point play.
And he converts the free throw. King averaging 18 a game. So the Bullets have scored 5 straight points to tie this game at 7 with 8:35 remaining in the first quarter. Barkley out to Cheeks. He'll try one from just the three-point circle, and he hits it. So Cheeks with his first two. Sixers lead again by a couple.
Vidal's instincts are to shoot the ball. That time he got a good chance to penetrate, couldn't finish. Catlett gets it twice and gets fouled on the second attempt.
4 points, a career high. Catlett has 4. We are tied at 9 with 8:15 remaining in this first quarter. Cheeks works against Walker.
Now, whenever they find Barkley, they're going to send someone to him to force him to give up the ball over the top.
Barkley now with 5 first quarter points, and the Sixers lead at 11-9. Malone had the ball tipped away by Hersey Hawkins. It goes out of bounds off Philadelphia. Bullets will get it back. 17 seconds remain on the shot clock. King with a short range jumper, couldn't get it to fall. Rebound. Well, it goes out of bounds after Catlett came away with it. And the Sixers get it back, a chance to extend their lead. Maurice Cheeks bringing it down. Hawkins from long range. Kaminsky will get credit for his 4th point. And that's what the Sixers lead by, 13-9 with 7:25 remaining in this first quarter.
Walker had the wrong kind of grunt, Pete. That's why he didn't get that foul over the top. Malone, with one of the best strokes from the outside, gets that one.
Sixers by 2 now, 13-11. Just over 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Kaminsky over to Cheeks. Back outside Barkley. He'll try one from 3-point territory. He hits it. Barkley with 8. And it's a 5-point Philadelphia lead. Malone couldn't get that one to fall. Barkley kept it alive and pulled away the rebound. Brings the ball down himself, gets to the front court. Over to Kaminsky. Anderson puts it up over Final. It's short, but there's Charles Barkley again, battling for 2 and maybe a chance for 3. Well, he is tough. 6:38 remaining in this first quarter. Sixers leading at 8.
Those players that needed an opportunity, and the Philadelphia 76ers have certainly done that for him. He is their 6th man and really has been the guy that's been able to come off the bench and strike a match. But whenever you've got a bull like Charles Barkley inside, you'd better keep him off the board. The Bullets do not, and now he has a chance for another 3-point.
Barkley 1 for 2 from the line tonight. Now 2 out of 3 with 11 points. And it's an 8-point Philadelphia lead. 6.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
Now, what the Bullets need is someone to keep them close, and that would be Malone or King to try to get them going offensively. King has left all of his jump shots short.
And another rebound for Barkley. That's his 4th board. Kaminsky over Final. Kaminsky has 6 points. And it's a 10-point Philadelphia lead now with just a little over 6 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Final looking, now brings it back outside to Malone. Jeff Malone's jumper is good.
Jeff Malone.
He has 4. And it's the Sixers by 8. Anderson to the hoop. There's Barkley again. 13 points for Charles Barkley, a 10-point lead for Philadelphia.
Well, they have a thing going on. Anderson drives and misses, and Barkley mops up. That's 5 points off of 2 misses for Barkley when Anderson is driven to the basket.
Jeff Malone got fouled. Hersey Hawkins committing his first. Harvey Grant, the rookie.
And that may be one of the reasons why.
Philadelphia leads at 23-14. 5:25 to go in the first quarter. Cheeks works against Walker. Over to Anderson. Dribbles it past Jaminski, puts up the jumper and hits it. Ron Anderson's first two of the night. And it's now an 11-point Philadelphia lead. Grant giving the ball to Walker. Barkley pumped him out. Ball still belongs to the Bullets with 12 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Hitting the short jump shot, John Williams, his first two of the night. 25-16, Philadelphia by 9. You see what a torrid pace Philadelphia is on from the field. One of the big reasons is that man, Charles Barkley, who just scored 2 more. And a chance for yet another. He is now 6 of 6 from the field, including 1 3-pointer.
The thing you cannot let Barkley do, A, is catch the ball that deep and then allow him really to work on his own. If he can do that, he's going to score 50 tonight, and all of them fairly easy because he's going to get a lot of 3-point play.
Barkley now with 16 points and 5 rebounds. We've still got 4:38 to go in this first quarter. Philadelphia's lead now 12-point lead.
Pressure and steal by Cheeks.
Cheeks slows it down as he gets to the front court. Underneath to Jaminski, and as he was going up, he got fouled. And he now has 8 points. So he and Barkley have done most of the damage thus far. Sixers 30-16. Still a lot of time left in this first quarter.
Again, against a double team, you want to move the ball, and the people before the double team can take effect, they look inside to Walker to get it done.
Walker's first two of the night. 30-18. Philadelphia by 12. 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter of play. Jaminski looking inside. Hawkins could not get the jumper to fall. Anderson the rebound. His jumper won't go either. There's another Barkley rebound and 2 more Barkley points. 7 for 7 from the field now for Charles Barkley. Philadelphia opens up a 14-point lead.
It sounds bigger than it is. 14 points early in the ball game, but what the Bullets need to do is try to establish some sort of offensive rhythm. They've got to find one player that's going to get going offensively and keep some pressure on the Sixer defense.
Barkley with 18 points on the night so far. Darrell Walker has 4. It's a 32-20 ball game. A 12-point Sixer lead. 3:15 remaining in this first quarter. And there's the man that's done it all for the Sixers so far.
Early in the ball game, they were doubling whenever he got the ball. They'd given up on that, and they're pretty much able to do whatever they want at the offensive end. Jaminski gets 2 more. He's got 10.
He's got 10. Barkley's got 18. 28 of the 34 Philadelphia points scored by those two. Malone couldn't get it to go. Jones pulled away the rebound and got fouled.
Go out and buy Charles Barkley a gift, so he said, I didn't get you anything. Let me give you something tonight. Anderson has missed 3 times, and it has resulted in 7 Charles Barkley points.
Barkley already with 18 points, his high this season, 42. He's liable to have that by halftime the way he's going tonight.
Now they're going to take him out. They're going to give him a breather. Now, you know what the amazing thing about that is? Barkley has had a tremendous first period. 18 points so far, and it seems like he's dominated. The record for 1 quarter point scored is 33 by George Gervin. Still got a long way to go. I don't think he's going to make it in 2:51.
I don't think so either. He might come close, though. Charles Jones at the line. Played formerly with Phoenix and then with Portland. And he hits 1 of 2 to make it a 34-21 Philadelphia lead.
Now, one of the things that will help the Bullets is to try to get some more pressure on the ball at the point of attack, not allow them to move the people in the ball so freely. Cheeks goes right around a little screen and gets 2 more.
He has 4. Sixers lead at 36-21. Williams with the ball. Working against Barkley, puts the shot up over Barkley and hits it. Williams now with 4. And it's a 13-point Philadelphia lead again with 2:15 to go in this opening quarter.
That would be one of the things that would help John Williams is fight fire with fire, make Barkley guard him.
Cheeks brings it back out. Down to 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Hawkins from long range. That one doesn't go. He keeps the rebound alive and pulls it away. Hawkins losing the ball. Malone, or rather Walker, coming up with it. And the basket goes for the rookie Liddell Eccles out of New Orleans, second-round draft pick. Maurice Cheeks called for his first personal.
Well, Liddell Eccles is a player that helped them in their win and come back against the Los Angeles Lakers. He has the ability to get the ball in the basket. Cheeks, one of the best at coming across and making that steal, couldn't get to the ball before he got a piece of him. But Eccles will have a chance for the three-point play. Now, they're only down 11, and with the free throw, they would be within 10, which would not be bad considering the offensive period they've had so far.
Eccles completing the three-point play. You saw Chris Belp check in, replacing Jaminski, who sits down with 10 first-quarter points. 36-26, a 10-point lead. Hawkins goes coast to coast, has it blocked when he got down there by John Williams. Off to Walker. Walker to Eccles. Eccles' short jumper won't go.
There's no way they're not going to notice that push, as young Harvey Grant had both of the hands in the back of Ron Anderson.
38-26, Philadelphia by 12. There you see the time remaining in this opening quarter. Walker. Finally dishing off to Grant. His jumper won't go. Velp pulls away the rebound, gets it off to Mo Cheeks. Barkley hasn't been heard from in a minute or two. And he's guilty of the turnover there. So now the Bullets can pull back to within 10 again.
All of the jump shots for the Bullets tonight have been short, and that has allowed the 76ers to get the ball and really look for a transition opportunity.
Cheeks takes to the baseline, moves along the baseline, can't get it to go. Velp follows, it won't go for him. Barkley got bumped out of the way, was looking for a whistle, didn't get it. Eccles came up with a rebound. You see the time remaining in this first quarter. Jones had a free way to go down and drew the foul as he got in there.
Personal foul is on Chris Belp.
Belp committing his first.
Foul. The team is over the limit. For the Bullets,
Jumper. And this time Eccles able to get the rebound and put it home to make it 38-29. Well, the Bullets have cut that Sixers lead down to 9 points. And they apply some backcourt pressure now. Barkley gets it across the line. Only 9 seconds remaining in the quarter. Barkley launching one and hitting from three-point territory. With just a second to go in this opening quarter, it's 41-29. Charles Barkley 8 for 8 from the field in this first quarter. He scored 21 first quarter points to give the Sixers a 30-29 Philadelphia as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. And the big reason, this man right here, Charles Barkley, 21 points.
Barkley dominated that first period of play and was looking really to get fouled on that play, realizing that he wasn't, squeezed the trigger anyway, and got his second three-point field goal to go along with 2 3-point plays. That adds up to 12 points, and you know what all the Bullets are saying? Thanks, Jimmy Lynam. You're going to take him out of the game and let us have a chance to get back in the game, because that was the only way they were going to stop Barkley tonight.
So Barkley gets his first breather of the night. Scott Brooks has checked in, so has Ben Coleman. Steve Coulter in the lineup now for the Bullets. That's Coulter with the ball now. Allery is also checked in. Over to Grant. Grant's jumper won't go. Nobody can get a hot hand really outside for the Bullets. They battle along the floor for the rebound. It goes off Brooks out of bounds.
Now, this is the young team that you talked about, and we'll find out just what kind of father Wes Unseld is, because you know what young folks do. They test your patience. You can see the problem there for the Bullets is the hot shooting of the 76ers. Everything else just about even rebound edge to the 76ers.
Brooks called for his first personal. Bullets will inbounds it from the far side. Harvey Grant gets it into Coulter. Now Liddell Eccles, second-round draft pick out of New Orleans, has been a factor. Henderson trying for the steal. Instead will be called for the foul.
Henderson, his first, the team second.
And it comes to Eccles.
Now this would be a chance for John Williams really to expand offensively, but he hasn't looked at the hoop. Eccles has come in firing, but he misses that chance, and they've got a rebound foul on Mark Allen.
That's the first call against Allery. As you look at Scott Brooks, one of the few undrafted rookies who made it this year in the NBA, a free agent out of Cal Irvine. Often has to do some hard selling to convince people in hotels and whatnot that he's a member of this team. He's such a young-looking individual.
Well, that plus it's hard to imagine that he was really 5'11". When you see him in person, he looks closer to 5'9". Good pass inside, but they knock it away. They're going to get a foul. I think this will be against Allery again.
Personal fouls on Mark Allery.
That is his second.
Personal and the team second.
And in the opening minute or so of his second quarter. Allery tries one over Velp and hits it. Mark Allery's first 2 points of the night, 42-31. Philadelphia by 11. Henderson lost the ball going up.
Personal fouls on Liddell Eccles.
Liddell Eccles called for his first.
The team third.
That's 3 team fouls already.
Gerald Henderson shoots 2.
On the Bullets in this quarter. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Steve Jones and I will be selecting the Miller Lite player of the game. A strong move to the hoop, and Velp fouled him. That's 2 on Velp.
Personal fouls on Chris Velp. That's his second personal
Williams
foul.
comes up hobbling a little bit. He's holding his hip like he may have gotten hit on the way to the hoop. But again, of the players out there in red, he certainly has the best offensive ability and really is now the guy that they need to go through, and he's got to look at the basket a great deal more. A strong effort in taking that ball to the basket the last time.
He's averaging 14.5 points a game, 7 rebounds a game. Now has 6 points in this game. It's 44-33, Philadelphia by 11.
The Bullets are in that area that we call hanging around, and if they can force this unit right here to break down and shoot the ball over the top and get a chance to run it back the other way.
Henderson couldn't get the three-pointer to fall. The smallest man on the court. Brooks the rebound out to Henderson again. Tries another three-pointer. This one won't go either.
They got 2 shots, and those are the types that they need to rebound the ball and get in transition and score. Williams
hits the short-range jumper after he pulled down the rebound on the other end. So he has 4 points in the quarter, 8 in the game. It's 44-35, a 9-point Philadelphia lead. Velp tries one from the top of the key and hits. He now has 3. It's 46-35. Sixers by 11. Long-range jumper again short by Eccles. Brooks speeds to the front court, gives the ball to Ben Coleman, who's called for the walk.
Now Henderson is looking around and saying, someone pulled me to the floor. I don't know how I got here on my own. I normally trip in the middle of the floor, but you'll see Brooks wait. And actually, Liddell Eccles was looking for a call on a charge. They called the travel first.
So now Coulter brings the ball down for the Bullets. 46-35. Philadelphia leading it by 11. 9:20 remaining in the first half.
The clear side for Williams, but the double team forces them to give it up. Now they're doubling almost every time on the basketball. That means there's going to be someone open. Williams.
And Williams starting to come to life in the second quarter. He's now 4 out of 4 from the field. He has 10 points in the game. 46-37, a 9-point Sixer lead again. Velp was fouled. Coleman with a rebound, puts it up, won't go for him. Another rebound for John Williams. Williams beginning to assert himself a little bit as the Bullets bench is getting back into this game. 46-37. They're down by 9.
Williams is open.
And he has was 8 points in the quarter, 12 in the game now. It's 46-39. The Sixers lead, which was 16, has been cut to 7. And that foul called against Liddell Eccles. There's the time remaining in the second quarter. Just over 8 minutes. Coulter to the front court with Cheeks is back in there guarding him.
The one thing about Eccles, he's not bashful.
And he's been short all night. Cheeks brings it down. Anderson wouldn't go, missed his own tip, got it back, trying to get it underneath to Jaminski and went off the bullets, and it'll still belong to Philadelphia.
But in defense of Eccles, he's an offensive player, and the only way to score is to shoot. You can't think it in, and you can't wish it in. He's coming out of the ball game along with Coulter. The starting back court of Malone and Walker is in along with Terry Catlett.
Anderson will inbounds it for the Sixers. 48-39. Philadelphia leading it. 7:54 remaining in the second quarter. Cheeks works against Walker. Down to 7 seconds on the shot clock. Jaminski will take the jumper. That's way off the mark. Barkley had it, got it.
That's the part that kills him. He now only gets it, misses this three-point field goal.
Well, the Bullets can get it back to a 7-point game this trip down. Grant. Short again. Bullets have had a lot of jumpers fall short. Cheeks to the front court. Henderson will try one from three-point range, and he hits this one. He had missed 2 earlier, but he hit that one. That gives him 7 points all in this quarter, and it builds that Sixers lead back up to 12. 51-39. We've got a timeout. 6:58 remaining in this first half. The Sixers, who had a 41-29 effort. Walker working against Cheeks.
Now they have gotten John Williams some help out on the floor offensively by getting King back in the game along with Malone.
Williams' strong move toward the basket. He's got 10 in the quarter, 14 in the game. He's 6 of 6 from the field, and it's a 10-point Philadelphia lead.
The Bullets have scored 12 points. He's got 10 of them, so you can see how important he is to them when he gets himself going at the offensive end.
Anderson dishing off. That wouldn't go. Bullets going to have a chip shot here if they handle the ball correctly. Catlett traveled. Boy, those are costly. That'll really upset a coach when you have a free shot at 2 points like that.
Well, they made a good pass ahead, and the ball got deflected, and that threw Catlett off. He put it down, and then he picked it up, and that's when he turned the ball over.
Cheeks working the front court against Walker. 51-41 Philadelphia. The Sixers have cooled off some in the second quarter after a torrid first quarter. And maybe that basket by Jaminski will get them going again. He's got 12 points now in the game. His first 2 of the night in the second quarter. 53-41. Jeff Malone trying to get a hot hand. And in the battle for the rebound, a whistle. Ron Anderson called for his first. Percy Hawkins checking back in.
Has him playing the center position. King gets both of the free throws.
He now has 5 points. It's a 10-point game again. 53-43. With 5:40 remaining in the second quarter. Hawkins. Got that one to fall. Took a while, but he has 4 points now. And it's 55-43, a 12-point lead again. Hawkins just 2 out of 6 from the field thus far. King couldn't get that one to go. Rebound pulled away by Anderson. Bullets, for the most part, getting just 1 shot at the basket. If they don't make it, 76ers are pretty well control the boards. Barkley along the baseline. Couldn't get it to go, but he did draw the foul. Barkley right at about 28 points a game overall for the season, so he hasn't done much worse than that when he's gone away from home.
Well, you see what his average is at home in terms of scoring, and on the boards, he has really been carrying this team. He gets 1 of 2.
He now has 22, and the Sixers lead it by 14. Jeff Malone just can't get a hot hand. Walker trying to save it inbounds, stepped on the line. Technical foul has been called against him.
You know, it's funny how technical fouls start. They start at the other end of the floor when he had words about the call. Now this ball goes out of bounds. He didn't like the way he threw him the ball. Said, now I know.
Biggest lead of the night.
After all, it was only a bounce pass.
And it is Christmas, but you're right. These officials operate just like they do any other night, which is only right. Anderson.
Defense, the Bullets now have to get back to stopping the 76ers. They had that going at one time over the top. Gaminsky.
And he hit that one with just 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. He now has 16 points. He's 6 out of 8 from the field, and the Sixers have their biggest lead of the night. 17-point lead with 4:10 remaining in this first half. Malone's baseline jumper won't go. Gaminsky the rebound. Another missed shot. Another Philadelphia rebound.
Well, the only guy that has scored for them has been John Williams in this.
Not just to have a good individual performance every night, but also to get this Sixer team back in the playoffs this year after they missed last year. Walker with a score now 61-43 into Malone. Malone got that one to fall, and he'll also go to the free throw line.
Malone is having a tough time when he misses free throws because he's one of the best in the NBA.
And he's missed 2 out of 3 from the line tonight. He's an 88% shooter from the line on the year. 61-45, a 16-point Philadelphia lead. Hawkins couldn't get it to go. They're not going to count the points. They're going to call a foul against Ron Anderson.
Well, they said, now, Ron, when was the last time you jumped this high? Now, watch this ball go. Now, watch him use the bat. Actually, that's the shoulder of Darrell Walker to get up to make that tip.
Well, finding anybody to get this offense going. As Steve has mentioned, John Williams with 4 field goals in this quarter. He's on the bench now. Only 2 other field goals scored by the Bullets the entire quarter. 61-47. Gaminsky. Off the glass, wouldn't go for him. Final the rebound. Off to Walker. Walker to King. King traveled. So the Bullets turnover gives it right back to Philadelphia.
In that situation in the past, King was a blur and you couldn't see him, and now you can see him go down the lane. He gets called for traveling because he tries to get himself set up where he can push off of his good leg.
Hawkins passing into the lane. Barkley wound up with it, and he now has 24 points. 63-47. Philadelphia by 16. There you see the time remaining in this first half. Jeff Malone to King. King again tries that move through the lane. This time he got it to fall. He has 7 points now at 63-49. Sixers by 14.
King still has the ability, though, to get hot and really play strong offensively in a period. So you've got to have some good defensive pressure on him. They're looking for Barkley on the box. Anderson comes over the top.
Anderson now with 7 points. Sixers lead it again by 16. Philadelphia opened up a comfortable lead early in the first quarter, and they've really never relinquished it. Bullets have been able to cut it down to 7 points, but then Philadelphia builds it right back up again. They're going to King right now, and King is delivering. He has 6 in the quarter, 9 in the game, but it's still a 14-point Philadelphia lead. Just under 2 minutes remaining in this first half.
If the Bullets can get into the locker room 8 or 10 down, they really will have done well, having had so much trouble at the offensive end, and the Sixers getting free reign like that. Gaminsky strikes again. He's got 18, 8 in this period.
He's almost caught Charles Barkley. Barkley with 24 points in the half. Gaminsky now with 18.
You know, Cheeks has always had the ability with his quick hands to knock the ball away, and it shouldn't surprise anybody that Cheeks would be at the top of the list, and certainly he's had a very quiet but productive career as a Philadelphia 76er.
That's one of the most surprising things. He spent all 11 years in the league with one team.
Well, you see the force of the present in Charles Barkley. He gobbles up that loose ball and hammers it home with 2 hands over the top, and he has made a difference. A guy from the past who once was a force, Bernard King, trying to do it the other end, just trying to keep his team in a competitive position.
67-51. Philadelphia leading it by 16. A minute 40 remaining in the first half. Philadelphia's shot 55% from the field in this first half. They have cooled off a little bit in this second quarter after a 41-point effort in the first quarter.
Well, they shot 62% in that first period of play, so they'd like to see him come down, and they like those kinds of shots, but they have got to be aware of the ball, rebound it, and go the other way. The Bullets fortunate to get that one back.
And they get it back with a minute 20 remaining in the first half. Malone off the glass. Final tried to follow, but it's Jaminski with a rebound for Philadelphia. And with a minute remaining in this first half, Sixers have it. Jaminski and Barkley have been the 1-2 punch, and Barkley was fouled. Philadelphia with a 17-point lead.
They show some trap, but not real hard. Now they got Jaminski out of position, and if they can get the ball around to Final, he had a chance for a layup.
Final takes the jumper over Anderson and hits it. Dave Final now with 4 points. Philadelphia by 15, just over 30 seconds remaining. Cheeks works against Walker. Jaminski is at a hot hand from out there. That one wouldn't go for him, though. And they can play for a final shot here.
Pressure by the Bullets. And what they're trying to do in this situation is hurry the 76ers up. Make them take a shot earlier than they want. They don't want that to go in, but they get another three-pointer.
Henderson's hit 2 of them. Launching one from just inside the midcourt line, and missing is Bernard King. And the Philadelphia 76ers have...
The cryptic carols in the towns of the NBA. He may be called Bango, but at this time of the year, the Milwaukee Bucks mascot is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. After 38 years of coaching, Jack Ramsey said, "I'll be home for Christmas." They say nothing runs like a deer, unless it's Charles Barkley. Deck the halls because early in the year, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. And how about a drum roll from the little drummer boy? That's coming up in a moment, but first, oh, come all you faithful to see the worst team in the NBA, the Miami Heat. And here it is. I saw Morgana kissing Santa Claus. Well, I'll tell you what, neither Morgana nor Franklin.
The Prudential Halftime Report has been brought to you by the Prudential. Going up
Christmas around the NBA. Some teams were soaring, others couldn't find their way. The Cavs of Cleveland were the kings of the hill, while the Kings of Sacramento, well, they just weren't much of a thrill. In the spirit of the holiday season, let's remember those less fortunate. The Clippers, the Kings, Pacers, and Heat. Those for whom life on the hardwood isn't much of a treat. Let's see, in Santa's bag for Jerry Reynolds of Sacramento, we have a book of jokes, perhaps to last him through the end of the season, when perhaps the Kings will be more funny than fun. It may take longer than that. For the Pacers, we have an atlas. Inside, they may not be able to find victory, but if they look in Texas and Virginia, they'll at least find Victoria, which might be as close as they come for this team that cannot win on the road. Also for Ron Rothstein of the Miami Heat, a variation on the 9 days of Christmas, 9 W's, which of course stands for wins, so that hopefully the Heat won't become the worst team in NBA history. And finally, for Gene Shue, the only thing Santa could think of was a safety net in case his tenure in LA doesn't last for the remainder of the winter. Now, while all of these teams have been more naughty than nice, they are not alone in this holiday season. For Wes Unseld and his undermanned team, maybe Santa will bring a center, or at least something close. For Buck Williams of the Nets, a Medal of Honor can be the only gift for someone who has endured such miserable surroundings for so long and never caused a rift. Now everyone has this annual dilemma. What do you give to those who seem to have it all? I've got some suggestions for Santa that just might solve this problem too. Take the Pistons, for instance, the Mavs, Knicks, or Cavs. What new joys can a season bring for these teams, these group of pro basketball's halves? In Detroit, team colors would be nice, black and blue, of course. In New York, the answer is threes, not trees. They don't have those in Manhattan, but threes and more threes, as in three-point rainbows falling from the sky. And to Cleveland, Santa will undoubtedly bring a new wardrobe, letter jackets decorated with the letter C, not for Cavs, but confidence, or even see you in June. And what, before my wondering eyes do appear, but the Lakers losing 4 straight for the first time in years. The defending champions will receive no glad tidings from their foes in Seattle, Phoenix, Portland, or Utah, for all of whom the Lakers' troubles are the most welcome holiday gift of all.
The basketball game thanks to Ryan Anderson. A lot of misses by Anderson, and Barkley was there to mop up. He started off that first period of play in great fashion, rebounding the ball and getting the put back. Anderson misses again. Now watch, where's Barkley? Thank you very much, Ron Anderson, and putting it back in. Now if you're a coach, you tell that guy, if you don't do anything else, find Barkley and let him run through you. Barkley again on the offensive board. He never comes down. He puts it back in. And who missed a shot? Ron Anderson. That was 7 points early. Hits one right there to close the half.
So it's a 71-55 Philadelphia lead as this third quarter is about to begin. You take a look at the numbers on the first half. Philadelphia better shooting percentage. Look at the rebound advantage, 27-16. Bullets really only getting one shot at it basically when they bring the ball down, which they're doing right now.
Well, they can nullify that just by getting some better offensive effort. You look at the unit that he's got back out on the floor, and it's a young team. Grant misses right off the bat, but
and Philadelphia rebounds right off the bat. That was pretty much the way things went in the first half. This loose ball picked up and stolen right back by Hersey Hawkins. Over to Mo Cheeks.
2 good defensive plays, and the team that ends up hurting, of course, is the Sixers. They try to find Coleman inside, but that's blocked.
And the Bullets had it, lost it. Goes right back to Philadelphia.
Now that goes in the category of how they started the ball game, unforced errors. As they got a good defensive play, they end up with no pressure on the ball. Walker can't handle it, dribbles off his feet. Sixers get it back.
Barkley, by the way, had 9 rebounds in that first half to go along with his 25 points. Hawkins has not been able to get a hot hand from outside tonight. And here come the Bullets. Walker to Grant.
Again, the guy out on the floor that really needs to carry this team is John Williams. Grant has put up 2 balls. Both of them have been misses, and the Sixers have rebounded.
Neither team able to score a point yet in this third quarter. A little over a minute's gone by. Still 71-55 Philadelphia. Cheeks along the baseline, had it blocked from behind by Allery. Loose ball comes out near midcourt. Picked up there by Eccles. Eccles over to Grant. There's an easy 2 for Harvey Grant, his first 2 of the game. 71-57. Well, let's try to make some kind of a run to get him back in this game.
You know, fans.
Just 5 points in the game tonight. He has been unable to get a hot hand from outside. Allery rebounds the missed shot. A 15-point Philadelphia lead. Eccles.
Eccles makes all the tough shots. You know, he made a real tough acrobatic follow. That one was not an easy one, and that goes in, but he's missed the easy chances. Barkley. Talked about the youth that's out there now. Eccles, Grant, Williams, and Allery. And Williams is certainly the best that they have out on the floor. Eccles misses.
And Barkley with his 10th rebound of the game. 72-59. Philadelphia by 13. Barkley thinking about it from three-point territory. Mo Cheeks takes it from two-point land. Can't get it to fall for him. Rebound comes off to the Bullets. Williams, baseline jumper. A little strong. Barkley another rebound and a collision. And this foul is going to be called on Grant, I believe. It is on Grant. That's his second.
And Bullets' second team foul.
So it goes back to the Sixers. 72-59, Philadelphia. A 13-point lead. Hawkins works the front court against Eccles. Got around Eccles, but had the shot blocked by Grant. Comes out to Jaminski.
Now their defense has been better. This should be a foul over Barkley as he tried to come through John Williams. He nodded his head in accordance with the official. But that is just his first tonight. Now the Sixers have slowed down at the offensive end. As you watch the Hawkins drive, and this is something he's not used to, rejection, they toss that one away.
Sixers now 0 for 7 from the field in this quarter after shooting over 50% from the field in the first half.
Williams hesitated, and it ended up turning into a block.
Cheeks over to Jaminski. His baseline jumper is good. Jaminski with 20 points. Just 6 away from his season high. And it's a 15-point Philadelphia lead again. Walker trapped along the baseline. Kicks it back out to Grant. Over to Williams, over to Allery. A little better ball movement this time down the court by the Bullets.
Eccles.
And Eccles is able to follow the missed shot. He now has 4 in the quarter, 9 in the game. It's a 13-point Philadelphia lead.
Pushed on Ben Coleman. They tried to make that lob inside, and he pushed off to get to the ball.
That is 3 now on Coleman. Well, the Bullets could get it down to an 11-point game if they could score this trip. Walker brings it down against Cheeks. Grant back out to Allery, over to Walker. Grant couldn't get the jumper to fall. Cheeks comes away with a rebound. Barkley operating in the paint. Oh, and everything.
Take it away.
They're going to take that basket away, and they're going to charge an offensive foul to Charles Barkley. His second personal.
Ron Anderson returns for the Sixers, replacing Ben Coleman.
You see him come across, and they say he pushed off with the off arm. And you can tell that he's not happy as he reacts. Barkley's always going to react, one way or the other.
Ron Anderson's checked back in, replacing Ben Coleman for the Sixers. Williams works against Barkley. Now Grant takes it along the baseline, puts it home.
Grant has had trouble striking from the outside. Both of his field goals have been drive to the basket. He's 2 of 8 in the ball game.
And you can see that Washington, even though they're not shooting much better than they were in the first half, shooting a lot better than Philadelphia is in this third quarter. Jaminski still has the hot hand. He has 22 points in the game. It's a 13-point Philadelphia lead.
Jaminski has a huge height advantage over Allery, so if he just gets himself set, he's going to get a good shot. Allery trying to come back the other way. They're going to get a foul against Hersey Hawkins as Liddell Eccles is going to work on the offense.
One of the retired jerseys here at the Spectrum belongs to the Doctor. Eccles.
Now this is one of these franchises with a lot of history, and so they got a lot of flags hanging up down all around the arena.
Trying to get it back out. They say it went off a Sixer. Jimmy Lynam says who? Which one?
What would coaches do if they couldn't talk with their hands? Williams.
That wouldn't go for him. Rebound off the floor. Bullets still have it. Williams out to Grant. Grant trying to warm up. Couldn't get that one to fall. Jaminski pulls away the rebound.
What happens when you miss your jump shot, a lot of times you begin to aim it. He's missed all of his perimeter tries, and now he's aiming it, and it's tougher for him to get the stroke.
Jaminski has really had his shot down tonight. He has 6 in the quarter, 24 in the game. And the Sixers have built that lead back up to 15 points. Jaminski now 10 out of 15 from the field, and a lot of those baskets have been jumpers from out near the top of the key.
Now, he's been basically unguarded when he's pulled out for that. And, you know, a guy that can shoot free throws that well certainly is capable of shooting an uncontested jump shot.
Again, Allery tried to come back and answer with 2 of his own, but again he missed. And there you see the numbers on Mike Jaminski. Just 2 points away from his season high. His career high is 41 points.
Now, this group was out here on the floor was really put out to give them a good defensive pressure group, and they've done a pretty good job. They just haven't been able to score at the other end. The Sixers have missed a lot of chances here in the second half of play.
Williams got that rebound. Echols came down with the ball still in his possession.
He had a shot on his mind and realized it was going to get blocked, and not really one of those guys that stays in the air a long time. As you watch him go up against the defense of another rookie, Hersey Hawkins, turns it over.
Now Philadelphia with a chance now to get that lead back up to 17 points. Hersey Hawkins hitting for 3. He now has 8.
Sixers are one of the teams that's not bashful about using the 3-point field goal line. They put a lot of balls in the air. King on the continuation.
Bullets, on the other hand, very seldom shoot a 3-pointer. They had attempted only 61 3-point shots in 22 games coming into this one.
Basket is good. Bernard King will shoot 1.
Darrell Walker with a good look at King down the top. And whenever King feels contact, he's going to try to get the ball in the air. He has a chance for the 3-point play. Hawkins' 3rd personal foul.
King now with 13 points. He's perfect from the line tonight and stays that way. 81-66, a 15-point lead. There's your time left in the 3rd quarter. Philadelphia opened up a big lead in the 1st quarter, and they've really never relinquished it. Bullets have made a couple of little runs to try to get back. Philadelphia keeps answering. Ron Anderson now has 9. That lead back up to 17.
It appears that the Sixers have now gone through their cold period, and it's going to take fire and some defensive effort by the team in red to get back in this game.
And as cold as they were, the Bullets really weren't able to get very close. Barkley hasn't even started to operate yet in his 3rd quarter. Loose ball comes to Hawkins, and he'll go to the free throw line. That is 5 points now for Hawkins in this quarter, 9 in the game. 84-66. They had an offensive foul called.
Jeff Malone, who has had just a horrendous Christmas day, looked like he spent most of the day opening presents and eating food, and he hasn't recovered.
I don't think Wes Unsell's enjoying his Christmas very much either. 84-66. Philadelphia can open up a 20-point lead here. Barkley.
Blocked by Allery.
From behind. 9 seconds remain on the shot clock. Into Jaminski. Now they're going to have to force a shot perhaps. Only 3 seconds left to shoot it. Cheeks maintaining control, able to get off a pretty good percentage shot. He now has 6 points, and it's a 20-point Philadelphia lead, their biggest lead of the night.
Now the defense has to be aware of the shot clock as well as the offense, and that time I don't think the Bullets were really aware of what was going on, and they allowed him to go down the lane. They continue to miss from the outside.
And they continue to get only 1 shot at it. Another Jaminski rebound. Trying to get it into Barkley. Williams with a steal. The Bullets on the run. Williams had it blocked by Jaminski. Loose ball out of bounds. It'll still belong to the Bullets.
A good offensive play by John Williams as he gets Gminski to turn around but can't finish the play as Gminski makes a better recovery. Malone down the lane.
Couldn't get the shot before. 86-68.
You can imagine the hole that they would have been in. He's their leading scorer at 21 a game, and they're struggling to score offensively. They're going to call Barkley for the foul.
And Charles Barkley getting a little frustrated in this third quarter.
76ers are over the limit.
He has picked up 3 fouls. King puts up the short shot, and he'll go to the free throw line.
By the official vehicles of the NBA, Jeep and Eagle. Kelly Tripucka's backdoor layup gives Detroit a late lead in Washington. Who will the Bullets go to in the clutch? Come through in the clutch.
Malone throws up a brick left side. Oh my goodness, what a shot!
You can expect the best from Jeep and Eagle.
Partner, please report to security.
King with 15 now, but it's still a comfortable Sixers lead. 17 points.
Call on Barkley for another foul. That is 4. And usually they call that foul when you knock the opponent's hand away. That's going to get...
Here's Cheeks to Henderson. Henderson a little strong with a jumper. Rebound pulled away by King. Now Malone may be warming up for the Bullets, and if somebody like Malone can get a hot hand, they could get themselves right back in this game. Still lots of time left.
There's a lot of time left, and, you know, if they could get themselves into that 8 to 10 point area around 7 minutes left in the ball game, they certainly have a chance to do some business and maybe steal one, but they have not demonstrated any control in the ball game. Cheeks on the drive.
And Mo Cheeks gets that one to drop for him. He has 8 points. Seems like all of them have come at times when things were starting to get away from the Sixers just a little bit. And instead, they've built that lead back up to 17. There he is again, Mo Cheeks. He'll go to the free throw line. Walker got it.
And of course, the Knicks' New Year's wish is that they continue to play as well in '89 as they have in '88. They get 1 or 2 free throws.
Cheeks now at 9 points and 9 assists in the ball game. Final over to Malone. Malone gives it to Coulter. Coulter goes into the lane and hits. Coulter's first basket of the night. 91-75. Philadelphia by 16. You see the time remaining. Philadelphia scored only 20 points in this quarter after a 41-point first quarter and a 30-point second quarter. They really haven't done much offensively in this third quarter, but neither have the Bullets. Mo Cheeks way off the mark with that shot. Bullets get it back with 29 seconds left. Malone over to Coulter. Malone's warming up. He has 8 in the quarter, 15 in the game. It's a 14-point Sixer lead. They'll play for a final shot here in the third quarter.
Now, what the Sixers are going to try to do is get themselves a good opportunity, but what the Bullets should try to do, and they almost had a 4-on-5. Oh, my.
That was close to three-point range. He gets credit for 2, and he'll take them. It is 93-77 as the third quarter comes to an end. Philadelphia.
On Tuesday night, NBA, Akeem the Dream Olajuwon and Houston feel the heat of Ronnie Cycli in Miami. 8:05 Eastern on the Superstation Tuesday.
Close game. You don't want to use the ball up in one day. At the end of the first period, they got a 3-pointer from Charles Barkley at the buzzer. At the end of the half, a 3-pointer from Gerald Henderson, and they finished with that long distance 2. The Sixers, they still are shooting better than 50%. The Bullets continue to struggle. The boards have been dominated by Philadelphia. Turnovers are now even.
Rebounding a big Philadelphia advantage in this game, and that's been a problem for the Bullets all season long. They're averaging less than 40 rebounds a game as a team, getting out rebounded just about every game they play, so they have to shoot well.
Well, if you're going to be a small team, then you better be a very aggressive team and force the opposition much further away from the basket. They've got good pressure on the ball right now on Brooks. They're down to 4 on the shot clock.
Launching one from 3-point territory and having it drop is Gerald Henderson. That is his third 3-pointer. And everything going the Sixers' way. They've got that lead back up to 19, 96-77.
Now, Malone has 3-point ability, and certainly with them struggling as much, they could stand and take a few. King gets that one to bounce in.
King now with 17, 96-79. Even when they exchange baskets, the lead grows for Philadelphia. Thornton gives it back to Henderson. Henderson gets the basket and drew the foul. Steve Coulter committing the foul.
Well, when it's your day and your turn to win, everything goes right. As you can see, Henderson with a tough off-balance one-legger gets the good kiss on the glass. Now he has a chance for the three-point play. Foul Steve Coulter.
That is 6 points in the quarter, 16 in the game now for Henderson, and it's a 20-point Philadelphia lead, matching their biggest lead of the night. Malone.
It finally came. It was a slow start for Malone, but now he's got 10 points since coming back into the ball game. A total of 17 on the night.
It finally came for Darrell Henderson, too. He can do no wrong. He has just picked up a season-high 18th point. 101-81.
King
now has 19. 101-83, 10.5 minutes remaining in the game. Brooks out of Cal Irvine, a free agent, off to Henderson to Thornton.
But you can see they never really hit on all cylinders where they can make a concerted run. King tries to come in to give some help. They're going to pick up the personal foul on King trying to make the block.
So King called for his third. It has been a long night in Philadelphia for Wes Unseld and his Bullets. Philadelphia opening up a comfortable lead in the first quarter, and they've never really relinquished it. They've been able to gradually build upon that lead. Everybody getting hot now for the Sixers. 15 points for Ron Anderson, 103-83. Malone and King have been trying to do just about everything for the Bullets.
Well, they're a big offensive.
103-85, Philadelphia by 18, just under 10 minutes to go. Thornton got fouled. Catledge called for another one. That's 4 on him. It'll be inbounded by Ron Anderson.
One of the things that can be done to help the people on the post a little bit is to try to have pressure on the passer so he can't get a good look inside. Coleman gets it. They strip him of the ball.
But the Sixers get it right back. Thornton saves it to Anderson. Anderson takes it from the free throw line. He has 17. And the lead right back up to 20 for Philadelphia. Williams looks inside. Now it goes to Catledge, back to Grant.
Williams had that one explosive part of the second period and really hasn't been looking at the hoop that much since then.
Thornton off to Brooks. Brooks dishing off to Coleman. They're going to call the offensive foul or a travel. It'll be a travel called against Coleman. No basket.
Well, it's taken the crowd 3 periods to get into this one, and most of their furor is really directed at the officiating so far tonight.
105-85. Bullets trailing by 20. Jeff Malone is warmed up. He now has 6 in the quarter, 21 in the game, but it hasn't been enough. Washington down by 18. Anderson over Grant. That wouldn't fall for him. Rebound pulled away by John Williams. He gives it off to Kohler, over to Malone. Nice pass from Catledge underneath to Coulter, but he blew the reverse layup. Coleman pulls off the rebound. Brooks traveled. A little sloppy on both ends right now.
Well, you know one thing, all of the fans in the community of Washington are saying, you know, we could have forgot that youth movement just kept Moses Malone.
Yeah, you forget that, you know, besides Malone, before that they had Jeff Rulin all those years, and they've been used to getting some points from their big guy in the middle. They're getting very little from that position this year.
Personal fouls on Bob Thornton, his second personal foul.
But to the defense of the Bullets, sometimes you have to take a couple of steps backward before you can begin the drive forward. I think of the Atlanta Hawks as an example. They were a team that was a 500 ball club year after year after year. They took a step backward before rebuilding and becoming the team that contends for championships like they are now.
There's no question that they feel that the future of the team, as Vital pushes off, will be around John Williams and his multi-dimension play, and they're trying to find players in a style of play that complement that. And certainly they have decided to bite the bullet, but when you've been used to winning and seeing your team do well, it's tough to watch.
Henderson, who's had a big night tonight.
Personal foul.
And there you see John Williams.
His third personal foul. The Bullets are now over the limit. Joe Henderson.
Even though he's in his third year in the league, he's still only 22 years old. And at the line, Gerald Henderson. He's had the best offensive night of the season for him tonight.
For Jeff Malone.
Liddell Eccles, another part of the youth movement with the Bullets, checks back in. Henderson now with 20 points.
Henderson's had one of those funny games, no scoring in the first and third and big in the second and fourth, 10 in both periods.
It's a 20-point lead again for Philadelphia. Eccles launching one from three-point territory. Boy, he's not bashful, is he?
Well, he's averaging a shot a minute. Played 12 minutes, 12 shots.
Grant put in 2 and giving him 6, 107-89. Bench getting a lot of playing time for the Sixers right now with their big lead.
Again, but notice defensively how the ball and the guy with the basketball is really allowed to move. Anderson gets Grant off of his feet but can't finish.
Thornton tried for the tip, and the second effort is good. By Bob Thornton, his first 2 of the game, and the lead back up to 20.
Obviously a crowd favorite here.
Those last guys off the bench always are. There you see the 2 teams involved in tonight's game. Philadelphia falling a little bit behind New York, so they need to keep on playing well to maintain pressure on the Knicks. Washington really struggling, trailing Charlotte by percentage points right now. Eccles to Jones to Coulter. Coulter runs into Thornton, gets the shot away anyway, and hits it. Coulter now with 4 points. And it's an 18-point lead again for the Sixers. 6:55 the time left. Coulter attempting the steal, but Brooks recovers in the backcourt. He'll take it to the hoop himself. Couldn't get it to fall. Following and hitting is Ron Anderson. He has 19. And that lead back up to 20 again. Eccles maintaining his offensive pace of a shot a minute. Now has 11 points, 111-93. Anderson looks down to Coleman. His baseline jumper won't go. Final the rebound for the Bullets. Coulter sends it over to Eccles.
All right, there's one thing you know, if you want the ball to go in the air, find Liddell Eccles. He puts it up again. This one doesn't stay. The Sixers trying to get Coleman a hoop. He scored.
Nice move there by Ben Coleman. Finally gets him his first 2 points of the night. The Bullets are going to call a timeout here. Jimmy Leidenberry happy with the work of his bench as the Sixers maintain a 20-point lead.
$177 horses give Comanche so much power, but it's the name Jeep that gives it so much pull.
Save up to $1,700 on select 1989 Jeep Comanches.
Out of 5. Out of 2. Here's Jackson. Yes! It is all over! They battled into overtime. Barkley for 3! Oh, no!
Cross court from Kowski. He goes up the top of the key to Sando. He gets it inside the Neely. Hooks it up. He got it! He gets it! The ball game's over!
NBA action. It's fantastic.
Snow, incredible snow.
You are psyched, huh?
It's our first trip to America's premier ski resort. Hey, what do you think?
Black, huh?
Yeah.
I can see you working the main lodge tonight there in the romantic glow of a roaring fire. Your dandruff takes its toll.
Dandruff?
'Tis the season for the flakes that don't melt.
I shampoo every morning.
Shampoo till spring with an ordinary shampoo. Won't work like this.
You use Head and Shoulders. You don't have dandruff.
Nothing gets by you, does it?
Head and Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
Philadelphia leading it 113-93, 5:51 remaining in the game, and there really isn't one area of the game that the Sixers haven't dominated, including the offensive board, Steve.
Well, they have a number of 16-9, and Ron Anderson polishes up that Scott Brooks miss, so they have had all phases of their game working well tonight, and Anderson has been an integral part in that.
Total rebounds on the night, Philadelphia 45 to Washington's 29. So the Sixers really dominating the boards on both ends, and they're dominating the game 113-93. Jones into Grant. His little turnaround shot falls short, out of bounds, off Philadelphia. Ball belongs to the Bullets. Liddell Eccles gives to Feidel. Feidel puts up the jumper and hits it. Feidel with 6 points. Sixers lead it by 18.
Wingate in the ball game, and Wingate has been playing well in practice, but they really have not been able to get him that time because they feel they don't have a good position for him. Coleman turnaround.
And Coleman hits it for Wingate, his first playing time in the last 6 games for the Sixers. 115-95. Eccles puts another one up. That one won't fall for him. Final to rebound, the follow, and he has 8 points. 115-97. Philadelphia by 18. Anderson has had a good night. Just about everybody on the Philadelphia team has. They're going to call the block against Wingate. 115-97, Sixers lead on Christmas night from the Spectrum. Pete Van Weer and Steve Jones with you. It has been all Philadelphia. They picked up a 12-point first quarter lead. They've never really lost it. Bullets got it down to 7 midway through the second quarter, but since then it's been all Sixers. Brooks to the front court. He's going to launch one from 3-point land. Brooks on the scoreboard now with his first points of the night, and that gets it up to 21-point lead in Philadelphia. Anderson the rebound. Off it comes to Brooks. 4-on-2 break. Brooks keeps and scores. He's got 5. Philadelphia by 23. And this is the bench that's been doing it for the Sixers here in this second half. Barkley hasn't scored a point in this second half. Jaminski picked up 6 third-quarter points and been on the bench ever since.
Well, Brooks is standing out here. He wants another shot at a 3-point field goal. They get a steal from Charles Jones, and he should convert, and they turn that over.
Brooks stealing that one. Coleman baseline jumper. Won't go. Final to rebound. 3.5 minutes to go. Crowd loving it. They're at the Spectrum. Getting a lot of minutes out of some guys they don't get to see a whole lot during the course of most games. Offensive foul called against Feidel.
Well, these kinds of losses sometimes are easier to recover from than a close one, and you get in an emotional ball game. They never really have been in the contest. As you take a look at Dave Feidel, whose instincts are to shoot the ball, looking to try to get inside. Thornton with a little bit of an act as he takes that bump. The offensive foul against Feidel.
Just over 3 minutes remaining. 120-97. Philadelphia by 23. Brooks sends to Velp, who's checked in. Wingate. To Velp. He'll take the jumper. That one won't go. Final to rebound. Off to Coulter. Jones got the jumper to fall. He has 4 points. 120-99. 21-point lead by the Sixers. Wingate launching one. Everybody has scored.
Wingate was reluctant to put that ball up the last time from that spot and decided, I'm not going to get many more chances.
Jones gets the basket to fall. He drew the foul. 122-101. And we've got a timeout call. 2:25 remaining in the game. It has been all Philadelphia. If you're ready for really incredible pictures, go with your impulse.
Well, Well, Scott Brooks is a favorite here in Philadelphia. He makes a picture-perfect play underneath the big guy, comes out the other side for a pretty two.
And Charles Barkley enjoyed that picture, gives it his approval. It was Barkley in the first half. He hasn't had to do much here in the second half, and he hasn't. He's picked up some fouls and sat down most of the time.
Charles Barkley has had a good chance to rest, and that will stead well for them when they go out on the road. Now, Charles Jones is on the line now. We had a graphic earlier because there are two Charles, and they all played professionally.
Jones now with 7 points, 122-102. It's been a 20-point bulge for Philadelphia since about midway through the third, and they've been able to maintain it with all their starters sitting down. Felt tried the hook, couldn't get it to go. Final pulls away the rebound. Just about 2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes.
Loose ball picked up by Grant. Feet underneath to Jones, wouldn't go for him. Jones gets it back. That's 9 for Jones. This program authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited. Coleman. A little short. Minute and a half to go. 122-104. Coulter, final. Out to Grant. Now Coulter puts up the shot. Now Final tries it. Final gets it to drop. He's got 10 points. There you see the time remaining, and temper's growing a little short now as we reach the concluding minute of this game. And look how quickly Charles Barkley came out there. Barkley, the peacemaker, he was off that bench. That's the quickest he's moved all night.
The official to tell him, Charles, get over there. We got this under. We got this in hand.
Fans love it, though.
The question is why. 108. They get a technical foul on David Wingate, but in a game like this,
1 minute 8 remaining. To the front court, gives to Wingate. He hands it off to Brooks. Scott Brooks, free agent out of Cal Irvine. Wingate launching one, couldn't get it to fall. And they're going to call the foul against another Cal Irvine player, Bob Thornton. Just 50 seconds remaining. Coleman gives it over to Velp. 40 seconds left. This Philadelphia bench deserves a hand. Brooks wide open. Brooks has 7. It's 125-108. Philadelphia now 8 of 12 from three-point territory tonight.
You know, Eccles is one of those players that looks like his feet are always bothering him. He hates to have him touch the ground, but when he's going to the hoop, he makes a good effort. Now, the Sixers have dominated the board tonight. That hasn't been the case the last few times out of the shoot for them. And perhaps...
Quarter 14 in the game, but it's all Sixers. And less than 20 seconds remain now. Everybody wants Brooks to fire up another one.
No, they're saying, what are you holding for the last shot for? Let's put the ball in the air. These fans are in Philadelphia. They're hostile, and they're going to dribble out the clock.
Brooks says, I'm not going to do that to you. It's a comfortable win for the Philadelphia 76ers. 125-110. Philadelphia defeats Washington. We'll be back with our player of the game. TBS proud to donate $1,000 to the United Cerebral Palsy Association in his name. Back with some closing comments from the Spectrum right after this. Philadelphia playing well at home. The young Washington Bullets struggling on the road.
Well, the problem for the Bullets, of course, is they did not have the offense to go along with the defense tonight, and it certainly was not their night for a Christmas present.
Philadelphia now 15-11 on the season. 8 road losses in a row for the Bullets. They dropped to 6-17. Next game coming up on TBS Tuesday night from Miami. It'll be the Houston Rockets and the Miami Heat. We hope you've had a very enjoyable Christmas day. And to leave you on this Christmas night from the Spectrum, let's take a look at the Philadelphia 76ers Christmas video featuring Kathy Sledge.
You better watch out. You better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you why.